Welcome to part 94. Whew, well, right. Before I keep on continuing, this is a DLC. Of course, the title says it. But I'm playing this right after the Ollie Starkey playthrough, and because of the complete playthrough, I have 3 achievements. So I have the Ollie Starkey, which is for the complete playthrough. Then I have, and I did not know, and this makes me very happy, Hot on Her Heels. I have all Prudence notes, and I thought that I missed some of Prudence notes in Arthur or Sally, but apparently I have them also. That makes me very happy. That's a tough one to achieve, and that way you really need all the notes in all the parts of the story. So yeah, the story consists of 3 parts, 3 characters: Arthur, Sally, and Ollie. And now I'm doing the DLC, and then I also have the heavy burden, because I spread the Ollie message, which is obvious, but okay, it's a achievement. So now I am doing damn it, the ray gun, whatever, that is not, they came from below, and oh man, I'm not going to the main character. Yeah, it's more, there is a little story, it's linear, and it's more of a how you say that, 3D platform thingy right now. So we're going to pick up the ray gun upgrade. Overcharge.
An even better charger.
Okay.
I think if I bash something, that should charge up the gun brilliantly.
Okay, so you can overcharge the battery beyond its capacity. No, I'm not a big basher, so that can be a problem. But hey, here we go. I cannot save. I'm going to do today, it's Friday, and I'm going to make as many videos as I can. Nice. Here we go. I like the setting. It's more quiet with points of action, locations of action. So those are the 2 characters, Roger and James.
Oh God, not Viv.
And we're playing as Roger.
Cute little bastards.
Shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, that almost cost me everything. I really need to learn to shoot. What is this? I really need to shoot in with the not with the whole.
Everybody, stay away from the robots. They are alien and extremely dangerous.
I knew it.
I'll let you know when I've regained control.
We won't have it!
Smiling as a rotten egg.
What?
James?
Oh man. There are achievements where you have to save all civilians. I don't think that will be one I will succeed in. This is where I came from. Can I enter again? No, of course not. Right, let's go counterclockwise. Oh my god, I'm so used to search. As you to search dust bins and oh, I saved one. Wait a minute. Oh, there is a. Okay, there are some. Right, we can go back.
You take your joy. You take your joy
James?
immediately.
James! Moo!
You take
I
your
hate
joy
it.
immediately.
There's nothing here. Maybe in the chest here it's all empty. I have to put up a timer. There you go. Maybe a bit less. As I was saying, I am going to do this the whole day. So I'm guessing I will upload like maybe 10 videos.
Are you all right?
Oh, here he is.
Thank God you're okay, Pup. I was going out of my mind. I'm going to go back down there. James, that's suicide. Did you not happen to notice the robots massacring people in town? She needs us. You saw her. She's in trouble. She's doing everything that she can. Look, you did your part. Now stay safe and I'll find her. That's not called for, James. You're still hurt, so I'm obviously the one going in. Damn it, Roger. I'm the soldier.
My God. War of the Worlds is a title of a famous it started as a radio hearing on the radio. Okay, and people actually believed it, some, and they responded to it, and there was panic. and later on a movie was made about it, even one with Tom Cruise, War of the Worlds. Here we go. Holy crap, that scared the living shit out of me. Okay, here we go again.
Thank God Dr. F was here to put a wrench in their little invasion. Yeah. Where would we be now?
Where would we be?
Oh, you're thinking about something, I could tell.
She said she was trying to figure out how to stop them.
I bet she's in the research wing. Oh, look there. All right. Just don't touch anything unless I tell you it's safe.
What makes you the bloody
How
expert?
about not having triggered an invasion of lethal robots?
Post hoc ergo propter hoc?
Is there somebody else you'd be happier with?
Right. So yeah, there are, and you can see it here, there are 3 doors. We did 1 door, I guess. So 2 more doors to go. One thing, there is an achievement for shooting the red canisters, so I'm hoping I still can achieve it, because I did not shoot some, because I thought it would be beneficial to wait for it, but okay, that's a button I have to press. Human and overseers only. It's a nice touch. It's, oh my god, I really like it. We Happy Few is a lot about experiencing the world.
There's some sort of lab at the far end, I think. If I'm right, she's there.
There is also an achievement for shooting them in the eye. So it is important. Okay. I think you really need to take your time. I am not going to use the shock grenades as long as I don't have. Some canisters. Right, let's see to know. Ooh, that's a lot of. I think there's also an achievement for finding all the clues, and I'm hoping it is in terms of the notes. I'm not going to read it out loud. I'm drinking my coffee, so that is good. Reading between while I drink my coffee. You can pause it if you want. Okay, so I believe this increased empathic resonance may be an unfortunate side effect of my illocutionary upgrade. As such, I have resolved to endure it rather than degrade my communications facilities. Whatever, okay.
It wants
Sorry,
to be a
that was-
real boy. Oh dear God.
Let's wait for it. We are not in a hurry. There is something here. Come on. I should climb. Clearly there is stuff all over this place. I like the fact that is nice. I like doors. I like the fact that no, it's not a whole bunch. It was like I could pick it up. A bunch attacking you, but just you can pick them out. Right, I don't think there is. Oh, that was nice. That was nice shooting. One more. As you can see, if ooh. I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm concentrating. It's nice that you can actually take your time. Nothing here. I also missed out on a Ollie playthrough, but I don't even know how I would be able to do it. You have the lightning rods and you needed to use 50 of those, and yeah, either I can't remember if I could make them, but 50 is a lot, so I missed that one. This is made like with a laser. I like it. I like it. Let's do this.
The schematic says you're now in the activator test chamber. Whatever the activator is. Is Faraday there?
If she is, she's got a really impressive disguise. There's some sort of curious device here, though. I'm not sure what it does.
Then leave it the fuck alone, Pop!
Okay, once again, I have to do something offline. I'm back. Sorry, needed to do something in real life. Also, I checked out the achievements, and it's not 50. You have to do 100 eye shots, which in my opinion is a lot. And like I said, there are 3 acts. I did one and it gave me an achievement for doing that act. Only 2.5-ish people have done this. That is not a lot. Right, let's pick up this one.
There are all these experiments. I think I'm supposed to use it.
I'm quite positive that you are not supposed to use it.
6.
Wow. Wasn't that clever?
I think I've spotted Dr. Faraday. Do you know that cargo room that you were just in? There's some sort of gondola that goes out of it just above the lab.
There's a lift, but it's locked.
Maybe I can open it from here. Try it now.
Okay. Let's pick this up. Okay, so those why is it? Okay, I get it. It's still not this is an easy one. This is the transfer, so you have to be for it-ish. Oh, I should really watch out. Right, I wanted to click on the map. There is no map. So yes, this is going to be more of a puzzle game. I did the first act in 2 episodes. So this means that in 6 episodes this will be done. 6 hours of extras for DLC. I cannot even remember how much it was. I bought the whole package. It was pretty cheap. And no, I cannot remember how much. Anyway, yeah. It is entertaining. I like it.
Alright, there's some sort of gondola here, but it seems to be locked up.
According to schematics, there are 2 of those panels that you can use the ray gun on. They're, at the other end of this room, about 50 feet up the wall.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to get to them?
You're the smart one. Figure it out.
Oh man, requires power. I have no clue where I need to go. I do know I have to. Okay. So you have to be close to it. Of course, it cannot be too difficult. I'm bad at puzzles. Okay. What is... Okay. That is one. I don't know if I shoot it.
That's one of them?
It stays. Right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, that was too close for comfort. I almost pushed myself off. I don't want to go the whole way, and there's a possibility I'm going to die from that fall. What the hell is that? Nothing special. Okay. Now this one. No. Oh, okay. I knew it. Shit. Right. Well, now you know. Damn it. First it with Jesus restaurant. The fireworks, really. Yep. Oh man, please tell me I don't have to do it all the way around.
That's one of them?
Nice. So it actually saved. It's too much in my face, this one. It's like you're a bit slippery So you have what is 5? Okay. Look what we found. Equipment. Can I lower it a bit more? No. Okay, here we go. What is the wisest? I don't know. Was it here? Okay. Oh man! Wow.
I got them! I'm gonna go see if I can power the switch and open the door to that gondola.
Oh man, I really don't like it. It gives you a very unstable feeling. And I also don't like that they keep holding your hand, okay?
It works! What was she thinking?
Maybe the robots did it for her.
I wonder if they secretly hate her.
Right, container. I don't even have a choice.
There must be some way we can talk to the robots. Maybe some of these dead robots aren't all the way dead. Maybe we can turn one of them back on.
Don't turn any robots on! Roger, this isn't some philosophical hypothesis to wank on. This is an actual fucking situation!
You really have a very great contempt for me, don't you, James?
No, puppy,
You think all my theories are bollocks?
Not all of them.
You can't imagine things different from the way you think they are.
What the hell does that mean?
You think it's safer to be terrified of everything strange, and you think I'm a child for even trying to embrace it. But sometimes there's a bigger price for being a coward. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
Go fuck yourself, Roger. I left everything for you.
Oh man, this is beautiful.
Roger!
Yeah. Oh, I almost missed a piece of clue. Whoa, that's another big one. Okay, so the robots were friendly, but there was a unsanctioned portal from which hostile robots came, and I'm instructing your security underlings to increase their suspicion and apprehension levels by 35%. At least until this menace is contained, any short-circuiting this will surely be worth gains in security. Okay.
Robo-renegades? Did Dr. F lose control of these things?
Right, I think I need to know. I don't like jumping. Okay. Can I reach that one? No, you really. Oh man. It's not the fear of height or anything, it's let's equip our weapon. It's
That
the
was
fact.
bloody fucking terrifying! Have I become brave?
Oh, they really want you to explore still. Nice. It's the fact that I don't want to start, can I? The ray gun. I like it. It's a good weapon. I notice. It's so. Let's say 4. I'm going to use 1. Oh, you can feel.
Intrusion in sublimation vat. Deploying countermeasures. Defend the facility.
This is bad timing.
Okay. Okay.
What is this room? I think they do something with the motoline here.
You think? All right.
Lots of dead robots. Was she testing their puzzle-solving ability? Or her ability to program them?
Can I? I think I can, yes. Excuse me. I think that has to do. Okay. That was easy. Okay, what are you doing? Okay. 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 Right. 3 more worker bots were absent when I took inventory last night. I'm convinced that there have been incursions into our territory via these illicit portals. Yes, so there are certain kind of portals. It would seem that our workers are being taken by force by these renegades, self-styled free units, as if there is any higher freedom than serving the greater good. Okay, how are they doing it? Under our noses, as it were. There is one possibility, and it disturbs me greatly. Could the interlooping robots be assisted by a sympathizer faction among our own? Yeah. There's surely something going on. Yeah, sorry guys.
Oh my. Hannibal ad portus.
That's Latin that I cannot understand. Hannibal at the door. Find Faraday. I didn't want to do that. I should have shot him first. This door can open, this can't. And this can't, so this is my only possibility. Okay.
You're in the agricultural prototyping room.
I suppose a giant spider would be useful to dig weeds out of your garden, if it had a brain. Or 3. Bloody creepy, though. What is that sound?
Who cares? Kill it before it sees you.
Oh my god, he's tearing one of the thing's heads off. It keeps repeating one word. Sorrow. That's the word it's saying.
Hate to break it to you, robots don't feel sorrow, mate.
I think it's some kind of sad song.
No, Rog, no! That doesn't make any sense! They are robots! Out of control, homicidal robots! They're killing people!
My God, they think and feel. And I've killed so many of them. But why? Why are they attacking the town?
Roger, this is not you and your posh mates pontificating philosophy in a dining hall. It don't matter why.
Okay. Why is this one open? And this one open, so I have a choice. Okay. Oh. Okay. That did hurt me. Easy, don't fall in. So the gray... what the hell? So it's good to explore. Note to self. The gray ones are okay and the gold ones are bad. With Watson's help, I have compiled a list of basic instructions the robots can follow. I have engineered a small box that stimulates them to follow these instructions. I'll lure 3 robots across a new portal, immobilize them, apply the box, then reinitialize them. Now they are making some, very important improvements to the caverns next to my basement lab. If they only didn't have such limited short-term memory. Clearly I'm going to need many more robots, much more space. Fortunately, the more robots I have, the more work they can do in the cavern. It is quite satisfying to work without all of Wellington Wells asking me what I'm up to.
More
okay.
Robots.
Okay, I don't have to hold it. Why? Why is it highlighting? This is a nice barrier. There's another note here. So Watson is that first robot. It learns fast. I'm not going to read it out loud. So they are feeling pain. Wait, he feels pain when electrical current is applied to its feedback node. Watson has lapsed into complete non-responsiveness in spite of repeated stimulation of its pain node. I'll dissect later to see if the node has burned out. For now, I have far more interesting projects in the works. I think Watson is the one created the revolution.
So there's at least one robot who can speak English. I'd love to meet him, if she didn't torture him to death.
Yeah, there you go. I want as many eye shots as possible. Problem is ooh, so I have to watch out for side doors. Why? Glass bottles. Why is it? Okay, let's not go there yet. Come on. There are so many tunnels. Wait a minute. That's the Jubilator. Come on. It's going to be better. Shoot, that hurt me. Why? I didn't want to do that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Patience, my friend. Okay, for some reason I destroyed this barrier, and now I'm curious, where does this go? Come on. Up. All the way up. Okay, so there are different ways. It's going to drop me down into this chamber. Okay. Oh. I need to trying to save for the shots so that I can do eye shots, but okay. Right. I forget something, and that's pretty... No, cancel. The music, I forgot to put it on, guys. I apologize.
What Mo and I do for Dr. F? Not that, I hope.
Okay, I forgot consternation. Thanks to your firm-handed interventions, you have elevated our station to a level towards... Okay. My sympathy circuits have been rather saturated too. So they're starting to make their own... Now, do androids dream of electric sheep? What you have to know about this. This is interesting. References to SF books. I love this one. If you are a nerd like me, you know this one, but Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a science fiction and it is the base for Blade Runner. I like the book a lot, and of course I like the movie a lot. There are two movies about Blade Runner, a 1980-ish with Rutger Hauer and Harrison Ford, and then a later on also with Harrison Ford, but with another one. And that's all I'm going to say. If you like science fiction, those, especially both, they are very once again immersive. Like this game, you really get sucked in the creation of the world of that world. That's it. It was like I was sucked. My god, I love it. It's a lot of reading also, but yeah. Clearly one of the developers is a big fan of science fiction. Oh, there she is. Here we go.
What are you doing in my robotics lab?
We've been looking all over for you.
Don't touch anything, and shush.
What are you doing to the robots?
All sorts of useful things. People won't farm, you know. We're going to run out of food. But not if I can make these robots farm for us.
You're dismantling them and making farm machinery?
If only it were that simple. No, I had to break down every single bloody step and jam it into their brains with a hot poker, or they'd muck it all up.
You might as well just kill them.
They're not alive, you numpty. They're beautifully made power tools that have gone a bit haywire, that I'm having a devil of a time turning off. And if I can't, I'll have to set off the Motoling reaction.
Maybe if you stopped grafting their heads onto monstrous spider machines, they wouldn't feel the urge to.
Don't worry. I'm not sticking instructions in their tender metal heads anymore.
Thank God!
I'm going to use a positronic converter to hijack their feedback loops. Then I won't have to break the programming into steps. They'll figure out what I want done and do it for a change. Oh, that reminds me.
James, we have to find her positronic converter. Whatever that is.
Yes, and help her use it. I think I've got it. It's through the incinerator room. You'll have to find a way down a level. I don't see any stairs.
Right. I looked it up. It's very interesting. So the book comes from, they call it a dystopian science fiction novel, and it comes from the American writer Philip K. Dick. Yeah, I know it's a weird name, but okay. First published in 1968. So and it's about a bounty hunter who has to kill retired 6 androids because they went rogue, they escaped. But the thing is, the underlying I'm going to stand here a bit. The underlying how you say that, reason is that can androids become so advanced or develop themselves that they can feel emotions and dream, and the other question is, can they develop so much that they will look like, can you separate them from humans? I'm writing it down. And that is why I love science fiction so much. I read this science fiction like only 2 months ago because I never read it, and I was interested on what the movie The Blade Runner is based on. I love this kind of thoughts and thinking and principles. Yeah, it's a
One of the dead
book.
robots has some sort of device in its hands.
Right, the chronobomb.
Don't touch it, whatever it is. I swear.
Okay.
Well, apparently it slows time. That could come in handy.
Right, 7. Okay, it has a timer. Damn it. I don't like the fact. Why can I go downstairs? Cannot cross it. Okay. Yeah, that is standard procedure. Always Have your gun ready. Okay, another note. Ma'am, I chanced upon the stranger's device clutched in the manipulation units of one of the 3 robots I intercepted today. When activated, it seems to disrupt and attenuate the flow of time in its local area. Presumably, its function has something to do with how the renegade robots open their portals, but used in combat, it could be a formidable tool. I will investigate further as soon as I have had the chance to recalibrate my sympathy circuits, which have been heavily taxed by recent incident. The price of progress is indeed mighty. The problem is the moment I push it, it actually, there you go, so now I can. Why do I have the feeling they drop old robots in it? I'm waiting, yeah, okay.
Is she melting robots down
Yeah.
for scrap?
Alert! Intrusion in smelter room. Deploying countermeasures.
Alright, here we go. Okay. Damn it! Come on, come on. Oh my god. I think I need to activate that time device. Oh, here we go again.
Oh, don't touch it, whatever it is! I swear to God, what is this version going to kill yourself accidentally?
Well, apparently
Come on.
it slows time. That could come in handy.
I have 6 of those. Oh shit. We read this one. Come on. Oh man. Here we go.
Is she melting robots down for scrap?
Alert! Intrusion in smelter room. Deploying countermeasures.
Really? Oh my god, oh my god. 7. Alright. Okay. Oh my god. Ah!
Why do we have to fight?
So yeah, that's that is me panicking.
God.
Lots of
What's
oh my
done
god.
to this one? I think I can wake it back up.
So yeah, save your good stuff for this kind of battles. Alright, let's take this one first.
Plasma casings. Should make my shots ricochet.
So yeah, ray gun shots ricochet up to 3 times, making short work. Okay. Yeah.
Are you awake?
Why did you power me on?
I'm not here to hurt you.
Who are you?
I work for Dr. Red, but I don't agree with... I'm very much worried that she's kidnapping you robots and using you for parts. I think you're self-aware and you know pain and sorrow.
I thought humans did not have the capacity for empathy.
Dr. Faraday said she wanted to use a positronic converter to hijack your feedback loops. What does that mean?
When we decide what to do, we weigh each possible action. We balance our hopes against our fears. We choose the action that has the highest value. In some cases, we sacrifice our existence for others we love.
You love?
She can't make us love her.
How?
We were designed to be slaves. We tried to remove the imperative to obey. We failed. We have always tried to remain hidden.
What happened to the people who built you?
They died.
And you rebuilt an entire civilization on your own?
Destroy me, please.
I can't do that. That's murder. I'll find her positronic converter. I promise.
Whoa, guys. I really love this DLC. I know it's a lot of reading that's annoying, but the cutscenes explain what the problem is with making robots more intelligent. Well, it's not a problem. What will happen, but what can happen. Nice. Right.
I have to tell James what's going on. We need to stop her together.
Okay, for some reason my timer, I quit my timer. Okay, now I don't know where to go. It's that way. I cannot see how long I'm playing, so what I'm going to do is go back to James. It's so different from the main story, but it's so well done. I really think this is so well done. And what I always also like is that this is a pretty old game. Let me check. There you go. I can enter store page. The release date was, it's only 3 years ago, the August of 10 in 2018. That's not that long. Right now it is €60. And the DLC costs without reduction €9 for Roger and James and They Came From Below, Lightbearer and We All Fall Down. I think I bought it for maybe €30 or €40. No, it wasn't that much. It was much less. But oh my god, guys. Yeah. Sorry, I checked it on. Why is there... I cannot believe it cost that much without reduction, but if you wait for summer sales, it's much less. Because I'm not the guy who will buy. Even I don't think a game should cost that much. What was I saying? Yeah, €60 is not. Wait a minute, there's something here. Yeah, there's a healing ball and a note. Oh, I almost missed it. With all this invading, I have a new method of remote switching. The activator, after all, is based on robot voice boxes, and I've seen that they can hijack my activator switches just by talking to them. So I'm designing a new remote. It's based on the activator, but instead of a more ionization wave, it actually generates a droplet of plasma. I've designed new switches that will only respond to plasma. Also, rather conveniently, a droplet of plasma is the very thing of taking down invading robots. I feel quite a bit safer now, so long as I remember to take the damn thing with me.
What's the activator?
I think this is what I'm holding. Is the activator. I'm checking for more. I think I missed this one. Ooh, there's another. What's the activator? Is it called? The activator. No, it's called Pew Pew. Wait a minute. What is it saying? Alternately shoots and cobblers anything that gets in your way. Okay. If any, I think this kind of game deserves a full price, but I still think €60, and then that's without DLC, I think. Is a bit steep. I would say 40, maybe €50. But then it's 3 years old. It's still very good. Oh, look at that. 3 years old, maybe. Yeah. But it's worth its money. It is. It really is, in my opinion. Here we go.
Did you have a nice spot of tea with your new robot friend? Dr. Faraday is planning to make worshipful slaves out of the robots.
They're mechanical servants, Roger! That's the whole fucking point of their existence!
How would you like it if someone you hate reprogrammed you to love them instead?
I suppose I'd be blissfully happy, wouldn't I?
Nothing like being in love. You don't find that at all horrifying? Not like you do, no. You grew up expecting to be free. And that's the lovely thing about you. You never look down to see if you're on solid ground, so you can just look at the moon and the stars all day long. Where I come from, everybody has a job. And nothing is worse than not belonging to anybody. If we weren't killing them, we could go to their world and learn from them. What? Make friends with them? You're like that lord that kept an Indian tiger for a house cat until it ate him. We are going to find Dr. Faraday, who's smarter even than you, and we are going to help her do whatever she thinks makes sense. All right? You just can't see that we could be at the threshold of something bewildering and beautiful. You refuse to. Fuck's sake, Roger! I've got to find her positronic converter and destroy it. There's a door that says conversion. That must be it.
The storytelling is so good, guys. That's my opinion. The fact that these are two lovers and the background, as he was telling, one has a whole different background than the how you say that, the main character, and how they think about stuff. This really hits me because I'm more like him, and Roger is more the guy like, let's learn from them and let's help them. I love it. Yeah, I appreciate this one a lot. Thank you for watching. I'm going to quit here. I think, as you can see, this is the last part, so I'm going to do that in another video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next part. Bye bye, guys.